Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Southern California. And yes, I am making yet another card out of the Simply Zinnia set. This time, I'm actually using the stamp. It's not out of here. I haven't used the stamp very much yet. I'm mostly just using the paper. And then I was going to show you inside. I'm going to use, I put little flowers and some leaves, and I'll show you those dies. Okay, so it's these two dies and then the leaves. I haven't used all of the dies yet. I haven't even used all the stamps yet. I'm having so much fun just with the paper and now with this. So the fun of this card is, I was going to show you what the paper looks like. So it's printed, it's Melon Mambo. And apparently this is kind of like a real red print on top of it. I don't know. I heard somebody say that. I would never have thought that. But anyway, so the printed zinnias on one side, and then the other side has little crosses and dots in between them. So that's the paper I'm using. I was a little challenged by trying to figure out how to use this. And so my friend said, hey, why don't you use the Scallop Contour Die on it? And I thought, oh, okay, maybe I will, but here's my challenge. So I'll show you. Okay, so this is the size, obviously, that I used. Let me just start the card and then I'll show you. Okay, I'm gonna put ribbon through this. And because this paper is pretty flimsy for ribbon, I was so afraid it was gonna tear it, I decided that I would cut out the largest Scallop Contour die and then actually put it on a pink piece of cardstock to give it a little bit more strength. So let me do that. And what I'm going to show you how to do is make a new size for the Scallop Contour die because the sizes that I have are not working for me for this card. So let me just get this started and then I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so now I'm going to put this out so you can have reference to it. I'm going to use 15 inches of ribbon. I've used this ribbon before. The last time I used it, I dyed it with my blender pen. Not my blender pen, my Stampin' Blend. Okay, it came in a package of blue. I think that's azure blue, pink, and a really pretty yellow. I used up so much of the yellow, but now I have the pink. This is called Sheer Ribbon Combo Pack. It's not current, I don't think. But if you're interested in it, you could try. It's 161635. 161635. But yeah, I got it probably, I don't know, maybe even out of the last catalog. Okay, so now I've got this, and I'm going to cut 16 inches or 15 inches of ribbon, and I'm going to count up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to put this through. Okay, then we want it to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of this one. And I don't want to color the ribbon this time because I need the contrast between the light pink and the Melon Mambo. So I'm just going to tie a pretty little bow over on the left. And, you know, this is the type of knot that it's not actually a knot. I mean, it is a knot, but it's not a ribbon knot. Okay, let's see if this possibly is going to work. I think, and you know, if your bow doesn't go, if your ribbon, you know, that is, okay, I'm not loving that. It's not quite tight enough. Let's try it again, see if we can get it a little tighter. Okay, so hold my finger down. Don't you just love doing this in front of everybody? Maybe not. Okay, now it's nice and tight. Okay, I think that one's gonna work. All right, so now I'm just putting this on there flat. And I've gotten to where I'm really using the heavy cardstock, heavy thick cardstock for my cards because it just makes it so nice. Okay. So I'm going to wait and trim this until we actually get the white part on it. Now let me show you my dilemma. All right, so here, let me do this. Let's see, this is gonna have to be moved over a little bit more. Okay, see, did I get that over far enough? I'm gonna pull it just a little bit more. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, so I wanted to use, of course, the next. Okay, now when I look at what I've done and look at what this is, do you see this is just, it's too big. It doesn't show enough of the pink. So I thought, okay, that's not gonna work. And then this is the next size down. And that one is too small. But oh, sigh. Now what am I gonna do? So here's what I did. I'm gonna take this one that's too big and I'm going to just cut it into a new size. So as long as you line up, okay, so just make sure that your die is over, like this scallop is over an actual scallop. That doesn't look straight, hold on. It's not. Okay, so that scallop is over there. Now that's straight. Okay, so I'm gonna go cut this, and I don't have a little machine. Well, I guess I do, but I'm gonna go cut this on my big machine, and then we'll do the next step. I know some people can just cut it right in front of you, but seriously, I do not have room to do that. Okay, so now we've cut it in that direction. So now we need to cut it in this direction. And so again, I'm just gonna cut off. So you can see it's not gonna cut on this side or this side. So let me go cut this. We're actually just creating a completely new size of Scallop Contour Die. Okie dokie, now let's see what we've got. Okay, see, that is just absolutely perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna put this on. Well, first I wanna stamp the Love You. Okay, so 15 inches of ribbon. I'm gonna stamp the Love You. That is from the Be Mine, that Valentine set. I just love this little Love You. I've been using it quite a bit. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna put some dimensionals on this so that it's raised up. Gives it more interest. But isn't that cool how you can just really make your own size of Scallop Contour dies? And as you guys know, I love the Scallop Contour dies. Okay, let me just pull off the little paper pieces. Okay, here we go. All right, so we wanna just put this right. I wonder if that's gonna be okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to fashion this a little bit. And you know, if you need to, which I think we're gonna have to, this one just laid down so beautifully. This one is just giving me a bit of a challenge. And so I might have to put some little blue dots under it, but let's see. Okay, now I've got my flowers. I didn't really think you needed me to see me color all of these flowers. This is Granny Apple Green. It's light, and then I've highlighted with the dark Granny Apple Green. And now I'm coloring the flowers in dark Melon Mambo. So I'm just gonna color this last flower. Oops, let's get the yellow first. Okay, so I'm just gonna color the inside with yellow. And then I'll just go around kind of carefully on the little, this little flower has so many little tiny spaces. So for me, I do better if I just go around and take my time coloring the outline or the outside part. And then it's really easy to fill in. So it just takes a minute. And this actually, I suppose, teaches me patience, right? Is this red? No, it's Melon Mambo. Oh, you know what? I was coloring with light Melon Mambo. Isn't that interesting? Oh gosh. Woo, that looks like red to me. Let me see. Doesn't it look like red? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's the light Melon Mambo. Well, that'll be interesting. Well, shucks. I think now I'm going to have to go back and put some highlights in here with the dark, because that doesn't really match that much. Yikes. Yeah, I'm going to just give this a lot of highlights. So hopefully it'll match a little bit better to that one. Yeah, the dark and the light are, there's quite a bit of contrast between those. Oh well, there you go. I guess that's going to be it. And now, this is pretty flimsy. And so when something is quite flimsy like that, and it's going to be the centerpiece, what I like to do is put a couple of pieces of cardstock behind it. So I just cut out white, and I am going to put white over white. See if I can get that lined up. Well, this isn't working exactly. There we go. Okay, here we go. Now let's put some more adhesive. You have to just fiddle with it a little bit, right? But I'm willing to fiddle. Okay, so now we're going to put our pretty zinnias over this. Okay, there we go. Now we're just going to put them right onto our card. Wow, isn't that pretty? Okay, so now it's got a little more depth to it, a little more texture. Now let's see what we can do with this ribbon. Okay. You know how sometimes it just does exactly what you want it to do? Sometimes it doesn't. That one is going to go this way. Let me just try. Well, obviously I didn't need 15 inches of ribbon, but you know what? I like to err on the side of having a little bit too much, just in case. Okay, so here's a glue dot. I'm just going to see if I can get this to go more like I want. And one more glue dot. Let's just see what that does. To find a glue dot. Okay. Yeah, glue dots are great for, okay, so then I think I'm going to cut it a little bit more. This one won't be quite as long. Okay, now while we're at it, let's add, let me put those away. Let's add some Wink of Stella. You know what I heard somebody say? I heard somebody say that Amazon bought up all of the Wink of Stella. And for now, if we want it, we have to get it through Amazon. Seriously? I did not know that. It just gives such a nice little wink. Yeah, that's what it is, actually. It's a wink of glitter. And it's so beautiful. Okay, now there's our front. For the inside, like I said, I cut out 2 of these. I'm not sure if it matters which goes on first. So I'm just going to put on one. And then let's see if we can position the second one a little bit off would be nice. And then let's put, this is Granny Apple Green also. Just going to stick some Granny Apple Green under here. Let's see, it would be nice if it wasn't sticking out from underneath the card. There we go. Okay, then I think it would be really pretty to take some sequins, maybe 3 little ones, and put them in the center. Give some interest to it. Okay. All right, there you go. Isn't that pretty? Come on. I'll tell you, this Zinnia set, it just seems like there's no end to the pretty cards you can make with it. So thank you for joining me. I have 6 other videos on the Zinnia, so please look them up and watch them if you're interested in getting more ideas. So once again, thank you for joining me, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.